Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Burgers with Eric podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Burgers with Eric podcast. My name is Steve James, your host. To my right is the juiciest Lucy, the Big Moose, the EWG, the Airbnb King of South Florida, Eric Weingart.
She heard Uncle Steve, huh?
Hello, Gigi.
She likes the podcast.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. And to my left is the producer of the Burgers with Eric podcast, Sexy Lexi. What's up, Mama? We back for episode 13.
It's already 13.
13, lucky number 13.
Look who's back.
Shit, the little
floating dog.
The little weird dog is back.
Did you notice in the other episode, it really looked like we had a dead dog on the
She's
table?
just laying there. Nice pearls, I know.
I did get her those. Come on, sweetie.
Pretty good. Well, she can stay there. I don't give a shit.
I want her on my lap.
All right. Very good. Boys and girls, lucky number 13. I'm excited.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, me too. I love getting Alexis on here. It's always.
Oh, she's just so much better than us.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not better. I just think it kind of helps the little.
No,
We need the extra spice sometimes.
You bring us out of our guy element, right? So we get so fixated on a few topics, and you end up just bringing, just a different talking points than we would even consider talking about. So it's good.
Yeah. Here comes the floating dog.
Agreed. Okay, guys, we got a couple things to cover today. We want to talk about the submarine tragedy that just happened. We can talk about a little gun violence. We'll bring it back to the Second Amendment and talk about why that is very important as an American citizen. Then we saw a couple of really interesting memes and sayings that we kind of covered pre-show that we want to expound on. Really powerful stuff. And then Alexis wants to talk about porn.
Yeah, love it. Let's talk about porn.
We all want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think we do. We do. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about it, but what do we make of the submarine thing, dude?
I almost feel like I should go last because, well, fine, I'll go first. So let me anything I ever see on the news, I don't care if it's Fox or CNN, I have to take it with a grain of salt and a lot of skepticism because it's just impossible, everything from JFK to the moon landing to 9/11 to COVID. Anybody that just believes, just wholeheartedly, beyond a shadow of a doubt, without rebuking it one bit, anybody believes that there isn't suspiciousness in our government or our news outlets is a fool. An absolute fool. And I think where people really struggle is they couldn't fathom that the deception could go so deep that news channels would be lying. It's not that they're lying. It's that there's an elite group of people that pass stories down, and basically decision makers at each level. So by the time it gets to the reporter, right, the person on the news channel, they're just doing this. They're just like, oh, there's a submarine today, and
It kind of sounds like telephone too. Like it's that game where things just get passed.
Well, so I struggle to believe any of it.
Yeah, my take on it is there's an agenda at play, right? There's always a why for anything. So those at the top are saying, okay, this is what we must create in the mind of the public, right? It goes as far as the Hunter Biden thing, right? Go look at what Whoopi Goldberg said on the View the other day, right?
I didn't see that,
bro. For fucking years, it's Russian disinformation. It's not real, and now they're acknowledging that. Oh, I just want to take that laptop and smash it. That's what she said. She literally said that on fucking television. Dude, lady. The son of the president of the United States is basically blackmailing Chinese communist business owners that if they don't do what the Biden family wants them to do, there's going to be severe consequences. And they're fucking fine with that. But Donald Trump has a couple of documents that he had every right to take because he's the president of the United States. So here's what I want you to think about it. What creates that level of dishonesty? What is in it for them? it can't be that a man's mere presence offends you that much. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're talking about Donald Trump.
Well, no, I mean, the lies that are told and like the fucking narrative from the left is like, it's just goofy. Like, how the fuck can Chuck Todd sit there on Meet the Press on Sundays and just be like, "Oh, that's not true. Oh, it's not true." But it is true. The full weight of the federal government got in on the Durham report, and it doesn't bother anybody on the left. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, take Trump out of the equation. Your republic is under attack by, from within. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. So bring it back to the whole beginning of this part was, there's a reason. There's always a why, right? So, for example, the submarine. The Navy knew the Titan submarine imploded days ago, just hours after the vessel began its ocean exploration. This is Friday. This article was posted.
Saying it exploded.
It imploded.
Imploded.
Yeah, pressure. So this was posted yesterday, 22nd. So they let it go a whole fucking week. Why?
Yeah, my thing that I have started to question was, where's the footage of these people getting in the submarine? Like, if this is such an amazing endeavor that they're about to journey on, you'd think there'd be
ticket.
some kind of documentation, right?
So I hate to burst your bubble there, but just because you saw this is the challenge that we all have today. Just because you see footage of people walking into a submarine doesn't mean anything.
No, you're right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, you're so right.
It's like it's kind of my point. And this is maybe this is where I go too deep with conspiracy.
Yeah.
That I think maybe I'm too skeptical, right?
No, it's true. It's true.
But it's, but clearly, and to your point, Steve, it's like, okay, maybe this is all BS just to, and maybe manufactured some sort of way just to keep us out of what the heck's going on with Hunter Biden.
Right.
Maybe it's just a diversion from that.
It's no longer what's just going on with Hunter Biden. Like when the president of the United States is asked direct questions, like, when's the last time he talked to Hunter Biden about his overseas business dealings? And the fucking guy goes, never. And it's uncovered that they have literal fucking text documentation. The WhatsApp messages.
Yeah, the WhatsApp messages.
Everybody's like, oh, whatever. What?
I think, here's what my gut tells me. I think we have been played for damn near close to a century now.
You're probably right.
Probably since, like we were talking about, the institution of the Federal Reserve. Yeah. Probably since 1914. This is my guess. Probably since 1914, nothing is what it really seems to be. And there have been very powerful businesses, people all over the world that are just very more powerful than we want to imagine, that are choosing presidents. Right? Basically pre-selecting them, and then they're making it look like, oh, it's fair. It goes from a Republican to a Democrat, and it changes every now and then just to make us believe that there's change, right? Obama, change, right? But maybe what happened is this rogue guy named Donald Trump, who wasn't a part of the program, right? It completely shook everything up because they couldn't control him. They couldn't buy him. They couldn't intimidate him.
Let me take it a different way.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if he was installed too?
I've thought that.
No, but it makes perfect sense, right? Because if you need America to fall from within, you need a highly divided populace.
Yeah, it could
you know what I'm saying?
We could be watching a damn TV show. I say it all the time.
What's that one movie? The Truman Show? You've seen it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I first watched that movie, this was like 6 or 7 years ago now, I was like, oh, there's just no way. And now I can't help but question everything. Like, the first thing I said to Eric with this whole submarine thing is, I was like, there's just no way. There's just no way that that this even actually happened. At least that's my belief.
Well, no, I think it absolutely happened. I think...
You think there was people in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
And maybe it was a Titanic thing where they killed a couple billionaires that know too much.
That's
Oh.
You know, maybe it was one of those
it could go in
things.
so many different directions.
But now think about this: just secrets hiding in plain sight. Maybe you guys watch Succession, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Okay, super popular TV show. The election episode when they're basically like, "Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and select the next president."
The news channel.
Right.
Yeah, the news channel.
Right.
That
So-
was the craziest episode ever.
right. But think about it. Like, think where my mind is going with this, right? It's secrets hiding in plain sight, meaning they're telling us without telling us.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the reaction is, like, if you tell that to somebody, they go, "Oh, you really think it's like a TV show? Come on." Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I do.
So here's my question. Here's my question. And this is actually, I'm just curious. Is it do you think it's the producers are like trying to show people what's going on, like wake people up? Or do you think it's a way to make people think it's fake?
It's people further up. It's people further up.
Okay.
That because look, it all starts with, in my opinion, it all starts with the Federal Reserve, the Rothschild family, everybody that sits on that board. Mm-hmm. Because money controls everything. This is what other people don't really get. Okay, like there's not much I wouldn't do for $10 million. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would be pretty grimy.
Okay, so
Same.
just but think about
Like
this.
thinking about the
right?
things I've
So it comes out that Pfizer pays Anderson Cooper $12 million to push
Yeah.
their little fucking agenda. So at what point? Like, there's no.
I wouldn't sell my soul, though. I would.
But that's what these people are doing. Like Adam Schiff literally got censured by Congress. They're like, no, dude, you're fucking wrong. The next day, he goes on CNN and is like, no, Donald Trump colluded with Russia. It's like, you're just going to fucking die on that hill, bro?
Yeah.
So who sold their soul? You know, so back to your question. Just like with the FBI problems, the rank and file people, right? The guys that are doing their fucking job are just doing their fucking job to feed the family. The same with the producer. I don't think the producers
Exactly.
of the news are like, oh, you got to get Donald Trump in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just making their 220 grand and going home
Doing
and
as
cooking
their-
dinner.
So whoever was
Yeah.
in charge of making the idea of Succession, it comes higher than that. Oh, you're going to put that TV
100%.
show in? Put this
Yeah,
in there.
100%. So in the case of Fox News,
Yeah.
Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News. Rupert Murdoch is in the Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah, yeah,
Motherfucker
yeah.
owns half of New York City. do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
like, okay, so what is where he's a fucking genius, right? Because even if you're a raging liberal, all he sees is dollar signs. This is what people don't understand. Oh my God, there's no opposition to what is 99% of the media is being controlled by the left. So the guy's fucking brilliant. Okay, maybe he had a little problem with Donald Trump. And that's, I think, ultimately why you saw in 2020 them calling Arizona. Just, it all comes from the top. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's never actually, there's votes, but they don't go anywhere.
No. Do you think Brett Baer is sitting there like, yeah, fuck Donald Trump? No, dude. He's just like, hey, Brett, this is what we're going to do today. Yes, sir. No problem.
I hope from the bottom of my heart. And listen, I'm like the idea of Trump. Of course, I love the idea of it, right? And I hope it's real. But and I flip flop on this all the time. Is he part of the program? Is he really rogue? But what I'm also starting to, and this is something about you said the other day, Steve. Something that makes me believe that he isn't part of the program is how much they're trying to prop up DeSantis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, we don't want to beat him with a Democrat. We're going to have to beat him with a Republican so they'll be happy about it.
Of course.
So that makes you think he is rogue.
Yeah, it means
for sure.
it's a case in his favor, in my
Dude,
opinion.
listen. If he was part of the program, okay, a couple of fucking boxes of documents wouldn't put him on trial for 400 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. They're jumping the shark with getting this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
And every other month there's something new. It's just nonstop.
Everything. And it's not-
nonstop. He's on trial every other week.
Here's what I believe is going to happen. Donald Trump's not going to be allowed to win that nomination, right? And if he doesn't win the Republican nomination, you know the GOP is in on the fucking scam, 100%. Now, back to what you said about DeSantis. Why is the governor of Florida going overseas and dealing with foreign relations? Why?
Yeah, that's odd for sure.
Right? You're not even, he wasn't even fucking in the race yet.
Yeah.
Okay? So use
Who's he sitting down with?
Exactly.
And being talked to.
Use your fucking brain for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what, Ron? We understand you have aspirations, but let me tell you how this fucking works. And dude, and you can see it with Obama. You could see it with Obama. Go look at Obama's pre-winning shit, right? And then even like the first 3 months after the guy won. Then look at like how his tone, his demeanor, his face, fucking his eyes. Like everything changes. So you don't think for 2 seconds that he sat down with some men in black suits and was like, oh, you want to win this, huh? Well, guess what? Our interests are aligned getting this fucking guy out.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do for you. Oh, your wife has breast cancer, huh? Oh, she made a miraculous recovery. You're welcome. And guess what? We can take it the other way if you don't do what the fuck we tell you to do.
Have you seen, wow, I can go crazy here right now. And this will probably get banned though once we talk about this. And here's the thing. I don't know what to believe, but unfortunately, I tend to believe in the conspiracy nowadays. This whole Jamie Foxx thing.
Oh yeah. Do you even know about that?
Yeah, he basically got like face paralyzed. Oh, fuck.
Dude, blind and paralyzed are the rumors. Right. Something people believe were injected into him that not only made him blind but paralyzed, because he was getting ready to testify.
I think it's the industry, like P. Diddy, those higher up.
No, I can't remember what the case was.
Something more specific.
Dude, I can't remember what it was, but either way, my point is this.
Can we look that up really quick?
Oh, yeah.
I'm curious.
Oh yeah, and it's just funny because you don't see, it's not on the mainstream media. They're not like this is a travesty.
No, you got to go on like Reddit or like the dark web and read about this shit.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, I think he was getting ready to testify. He was requested to testify in some case, and it's like, dude, I don't, so do these guys sit Ron DeSantis down and say, yeah, do you want to be the next Jamie Foxx, you and your entire family? Or do you want your wife to continue to be free of cancer? And listen, we're going to make you the best, we're going to make you the next Ronald Reagan. That's going to be your image. That's how deep the control goes. And people think I'm crazy when I talk about this. And I think that they're crazy for just believing that damn screen that they look at.
Okay, so, all right, like Mel Gibson is apparently making a movie about child sex trafficking. And apparently Hollywood has blocked it.
Wow.
So think about that. Okay, let's just bring it to the Epstein thing. Okay, like it's become like this mainstream joke. Oh, Epstein didn't kill himself. I even have a fucking ugly Christmas sweater that says Epstein didn't fucking kill himself. Okay, but now, has anybody watching this actually bothered to think about what the fuck is actually the reason for it? A, nobody knows how this guy made billions of dollars. What a fucking day trader, okay? How do you have an island that's like $500 million to buy an island? But think about this. What better way to control politics or get higher ups in companies to do exactly what you want them to do than blackmail? Okay, so
right.
you don't think for 2 seconds. I mean, it's proven that underage girls were on that island.
Yep.
You don't think for 2 seconds that there's a camera in every corner of every fucking room there? Oh, hey, guess what, Senator? Here's what you're going to do.
That 14-year-old girl you're with?
Yep.
Susan?
Yep. Oh,
Got video of it.
this footage right here. So you're either going to do what the fuck we tell you to do, or this comes out. And if you do what we tell you to do, you'll be showered with unimaginable riches. Which one are you going to fucking take?
I mean, I'd take that. The riches.
Wow,
Sorry.
you just put my brain in a whole nother. Okay, so check this out.
You never thought about that?
No. So no, of course I haven't. So the story that comes out is not the true story. I promise you. So I think they've tried to create this story, Steve, of and it might be true, but just hear my thought process out. Oh, there's a bunch of sickos. All the politicians like young girls, and they're drinking adrenochrome. They're torturing kids to drink adrenochrome. So they're trying to make it look like everybody's a bad person, and there's this underground community. But maybe the truth is this is just how they blackmail people and gain control.
Of course.
But they go, yeah, tell them it's crazy. Tell them they're drinking adrenochrome and torturing kids.
They're sucking.
Yeah.
No, dude, 1,000%. That's exactly how it fucking goes.
So they don't tell them there's 14-year-old girls. They go, hey, we got a little sex island. We like to party. You want to come party? Senator? You want to come party, Senator? We got some hot little, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, CEO of Pfizer.
Yeah.
Hey,
You wanna come
CEO of
party,
Moderna.
Senator?
Hey, Bill Clinton, we know you like blowjobs.
You want, wait, no, dude, they probably don't even, half of them they probably don't even tell.
Yeah.
Half of them it's like, hey, let's come on this awesome vacation island, right? And then all of a sudden the prostitutes show up, which are 14 fucking years old.
So here's my
And they're
question.
drinking and
Yeah, dude,
fucking-
listen,
yeah.
dude. You have to think like a fucking criminal, okay? So hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Nobody knows how Jeffrey Epstein made his money. Do you understand what I'm
He
saying?
has more money than a lot of he had more money than a lot of politicians,
he was a
right?
fucking billionaire.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I'm trying to understand the levels of wealth here and like he technically had more power because he had more money.
Okay, so
right?
yes, but at the beginning of this episode, we were talking about all the directions come from the elites at the top, right?
Yeah.
So there's a level above Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, so
Of
they're
course.
like,
He's just a soldier.
Yeah.
of course. So they're like, Jeff, here's what we're gonna do. Since you and this Ghislaine Maxwell lady are sickos, and you have a propensity, dude. My wife went to high school with some of the girls that got fucking like raped by that dude.
Wow.
In Palm Beach, right? So, okay, here's what it is. We're going to furnish a private island. We're going to give you a private jet. Here's $1.5 billion. You're going to be entrusted with all these fucking secrets and all this blackmail, and you're going to be the fucking facilitator of all of that. And all you guys, and you and your fucking girlfriend, Ghislaine, all you guys have to do is send out some invitations to some high-class fucking vacations, and here's what we're going to do. Okay?
We'll protect your family.
Now, okay. He gets arrested. He's in fucking jail. Kills himself with a fucking bed sheet that shatters his like neck bone. Okay, and all the cameras just happen to go out for the first time ever. Get the fuck out of here, man.
So think how powerful these people.
So who killed him, in your opinion?
I don't think he's dead.
Okay, I don't think
he's
so
dead
either.
No, I think so. I think he was permanently protected for playing the game. So what they did was he's probably in some other island living a good life. You know.
Now, how come we don't have that list from the Ghislaine Maxwell trial?
Yeah.
We have manifestos the fucking 2 hours after a school shooting is done. We have every bit of information we could ever want on any tragedy that has ever happened. But for some reason, this woman's client list is just unavailable.
Unavailable.
Unavailable, sorry.
And this is the crazy place
This
we've
guy's
got.
fucking killing me.
Yeah, I know. What are you trying to do? Pause it or?
Go on.
So I think, oh God, okay, I'll speak up. So this is how fucked up of a place we're in, because anybody can watch, Jeffrey Epstein on Netflix and see all this crazy stuff, right? But I think we're all at a place now where it's just like, yeah, we know it's crooked and it's wrong, but what the fuck can we do?
Nothing.
You know?
You want to know what the answer is? Buy guns
I
and
knew you
ammo.
were going to say that.
Buy guns and ammo.
Ooh,
dude.
leading to our next.
Right, and it does, right?
Yeah.
So, again, you're crazy right-wing conspiracy theorist. No, dude, just use your fucking head. Use your head for 2 seconds, okay? When a country like Venezuela or Honduras or Nicaragua or fucking Brazil jails the political opposition, the next guy that gets in power takes the fucking guns. You know what happens next? Anyone?
I'm moving in with you, is what happens next.
yeah.
We're coming in.
No, do you know what happens next?
After they take the guns, martial law.
Slaughter of the citizens. 100 fucking %, because now everybody is completely defenseless except for criminals or people that didn't go along with their little fucking charade of turn in the guns, it's for the better. You understand what I'm saying? Like Australia.
There's too many school shootings.
Australia is probably the one example of that not happening, because I think Australia did it altruistically, right? They still have a democracy over there. But whatever the fuck is going on in our government is 100% Marxist/communist. So it's not a great idea to give up your guns, even if it's something that happens, right? And everybody wants to talk about gun violence. It's just so fucking crazy. It's easier to get a gun than it is to vote. Well, first of all, it's not fucking true. Was watching something that right now the United States is the number 3 country for gun violence in the world.
Yeah, I was just gonna.
Okay. If you take the top 5 cities out, which are Chicago, Philadelphia, LA, Detroit, and St. Louis.
Shocker.
Okay, well, who controls those 5 cities?
Yeah, obviously. Left.
It ain't fucking Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
And what do they all have in common? Strictest gun control measures.
Sure.
Okay? We take those out. We are number 189.
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Number 189. So it's not
Just those 5 cities.
just those 5 cities.
And obviously, we got a big population too. So,
In those
but-
cities, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it's easy to...
The United States as a whole is what I'm saying.
It's easy to cherry pick it. The point is, the gun's not the problem. It never has been. It never will be. They don't just get up out of your safe and load themselves and
No,
put
it's
one in the
literally
chamber.
the car accident thing. Like yesterday, I was driving. Was meant to tell you about this. I almost got in an 8-car accident yesterday. Yesterday, yeah,
Yeah.
on 95, I managed to like squeal out of it. Nothing. It was one of the scariest things ever. It's the same thing. You're picking to choose that vehicle and drive it like a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
So you were actually the one that gave me that analogy, and I totally get it. But
So what does this statistic tell you? It tells you that, yes, gun violence is an issue. But is it gun violence or is it a cultural problem inside these inner cities?
I think
Nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the second.
Of course, because now you're a racist for even bringing it up.
Oh shit.
Dude, have you seen how sad is this? Have you seen? And sometimes I see this stuff on TikTok, and it's really sad. Have you seen these kids that are putting shootings on TikTok and stuff like in Chicago?
Yeah.
Like real shootings.
They're live streaming the shit.
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
live
watch us do
streaming.
this drive-by.
Yeah. I mean, so if that, that's clearly not a gun problem. That's obviously a sad culture problem.
Of course
there,
not. And think about this. And here's the argument that wrecks every fucking bleeding heart liberal leftist little dreams about a utopian society with no guns. I can take this pen and fucking stab your face until you're dead. Mm-hmm. Doesn't make this an assault pen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ban on pens.
Look. The point is this: there's 700 million guns in the United States. You mean to tell me that if the federal government goes mandatory gun buyback, this is what Australia did, by the way. They're like, oh, you got an AR-15, we'll give you $300. Just bring it to this depot, dump it off. Here's your check. That's what they did. You mean to tell me that the backwoods boys in fucking Alabama, Mississippi, West Virginia, even fucking Florida, you think they're going to be like, okay, no problem?
No.
So we were talking about this the other day.
You're out of your fucking mind.
They're waiting to use it, actually.
Of course. Let me finish
go
this thought. So, of course, 80% of the people are probably going to go along with the federal mandate because that's how dumb we are as a nation. Nobody understands the Constitution. Nobody understands that we're actually a constitutional republic, not a fucking democracy. Nobody understands how this country actually works. The people are the ones with the power. We, somewhere along the way, completely fucking forgot that. So the point is this. If just 10% of the citizens in this country retain their guns, it's still a larger standing army than what the government could produce to fight us. A. B. If you take all the guns away from the law-abiding, what do you think is going to happen? The criminal element will always find a way to get guns. How the fuck do you explain the gun problem in Chicago? Just fucking take Chicago. How is that? Strictest gun laws in the entire country are in Chicago, yet there's 300 people killed every week.
Ghost guns are a big problem.
Well, ghost gun, sure. But a ghost gun is just it's a non-serialed or a defaced serial number gun. They buy the shit on the open market. The point is, evil men will always find a way to do evil regardless. Okay, so no matter your fucking laws and no matter your whining and bitching and complaining about, oh, guns are bad. No, the people are bad. Wake up. So that's that's it.
The one thing that gives me a glimmer of hope is I was in the military and I know how. So let's say there was ever a day where they got we're able to take 80% of our guns, and there was an executive order to create martial law and basically slaughter people and just absolutely create havoc. I'm telling you that the guys that I knew in the military, now this is 20 years ago, they are one breed of person for the most part. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's changed the past 20 years, and maybe it has, and maybe that's why they've tried to allow certain people into the military, up the ranks and stuff. But I firmly believe that if there ever was an executive order for there to be wide-scale martial law, I have to believe some of these generals, captains, commanders would say, fuck no. My faction here in North Carolina is going against that. And so I can't, that you could actually start a civil war. That's what people don't realize. You could start a civil war because not every commander is going to go along with it. There's no way. They're going to be like, I don't believe in that. No way. And you could see our military fighting each other.
100%, but here's the problem. That they do that at great risk. So the men that would have to choose to go against whatever the government tells them to do would have to require extreme intestinal fortitude to do so. Right? So,
but here's my point: is these conversations are already going on.
They have to be.
So they're already going on. So this general talks to this general, talks to this general, talks to this general, talks to this militia guy, talks to that militia guy. Those conversations happen. They don't fucking text message each other, but they meet up in a fucking little barn and say, hey, if this shit ever goes down. So I do believe it's tougher to institute than. Yeah. It's not as simple as they'd hope.
Where my mind is going with it, though, is how many of these generals are compromised. Like we just talked about.
I don't know.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that just what you said. You don't think they fucking thought about that?
Yeah, but like the people, even though there probably is enough of a mass to still follow, I feel like there would be people that are underneath these generals that would still act out.
100%.
So,
and that's the other thing too, right? So the next layer guy.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this: it would be harder to institute than you think. And two, anybody who doesn't believe there could be a civil war is foolish. There literally could be.
Like striking a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So, that's how we protect ourselves against whatever this fake horse shit is just remain prepared. It's all you can do. And I was talking to Justin about this yesterday. Dude, it's none of it's fucking real. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't. It's predetermined.
Yeah.
That's what we've.
DeSantis is our next president. You think?
I think so.
Yeah, I think 99%.
people are going to kill themselves.
Why? He's phenomenal. Dude.
I love him.
Everybody loves him.
No. I know people that think he's like the devil.
It's because that's what they've been told.
But that's what I mean. There's going to be people like the freaking Trump election all over again that are like...
No, just wait until...
It's going to be that all over
They're going to bring out the racist card and all. No, you know what they're going to do to him? Instead of the racist card, they're going to railroad him with that Don't Say Gay bill, which was literally just meant to protect children under the age of fucking 10. Like, it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
You just repeat what the fuck you're told on television, which is not real in the first place, instead of figuring it out for yourself and talking to people that actually live here and doing the research. And you can actually look up the fucking court documents. Nobody wants to do that. You can look up the bill and read it yourself. But the American attention span is 5 minutes. What do you think's going to happen? No. Anyway. Okay. What do you want to do?
So buy your guns. Hold on to them. Be ready.
That's it.
Well, I think Uncle Steve thought I was the one that wanted to talk about porn, but guys, sex sells. Let's talk about sex.
Let's do it.
So yeah, we had a girlfriend over last night and we were just like talking about the topic of porn in general. Mm-hmm. And she made an interesting comment. She was like, I can always tell when a guy is addicted to porn based off of like how they are with me, like how they look at me. And
it was eye-opening for me to hear it. I never heard it from a female.
I can't really speak on this. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't like really thought to think like that. But I don't know.
She said, a man who's addicted to porn looks at my body. A man who's not looks into my soul. I was like, whoa, that's pretty deep. So yeah. So she's young, and let me bring this. It's pretty wild, right? Well, hey, yeah.
Where my
Listen.
where my head goes is, are we just
disgusting?
No. Is your friend just creating? Yes, we are disgusting. But are we just creating a reason for a problem that we've created for ourselves?
No, I think for her, it's just like we were talking about dating.
Yeah, no, I understand, but that's a mighty strong assumption.
Addiction.
No, it's a mighty strong assumption that you can tell based on one interaction with one guy whether or not they're addicted to porn. I mean, I'm sure that she's got some valid points, but self-preservation is always number one. Nobody wants to look at what's wrong with me. It's got to be somebody else's fault. I'm perfect. Do you understand what I'm saying? Not saying she's wrong. I'm just putting a hypothetical
No.
question
I
out
get what
there.
you're saying. That's what the podcast is for. No, but I actually don't think that she's like, just if you had knew her personally, I think
She's simplifying it.
yeah.
Okay.
But talking about porn. So I am 17 years younger than both Steve and Eric, and we were talking about. Well, Eric was like, "Oh, I started watching porn at age 26." I'm like, "Why so late?" Like I thought that was late, and then I like totally forgot that this was when like Playboy was a big deal and like VHS tapes. Is that what they are?
Yeah,
I used to have them, but I don't remember what they're called. Is it VHS?
Yes, it's
Okay,
VHS.
at least I remember. I know DVD, but yeah. So these guys were a part of like the OG porn club right here.
Yeah, you had to get lucky. Like a friend of yours in high school would have to be like, "Just bring it back tomorrow, bro."
So think of the insanity right there too. If in 2002, if you wanted to have some alone time, some me time, some self-care time as a man, right?
Self-care.
You want to have sex with yourself, all right? You basically have to get out in front of a television. You have to get on the couch.
And like nobody could be home.
Yeah, nobody
you know
can
what
be
I mean?
the windows. Like you have to prepare for it. Like it's got to be a session.
Oh my
You
god,
see
it's
what I'm
like the
saying?
American Pie episode
Oh, 100%.
where he got the freaking tissues, the lotion.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's an
God.
event. It was an event. So
Oh my goodness.
So creating an event, and maybe that's what it was. It was the inconvenience of it is why I didn't do it. It was just so
That's so
inconvenient.
crazy.
He's got a point.
It's so true.
Total pain in the ass.
God damn it! I got to set up this whole fucking couch for myself. So, but it's wild to think. So 2007, the iPhone came out, and I was like, oh, this is easy.
So the iPhone changed your life.
Well, yeah. So it made satisfaction accessible. Especially as a single man, and But so I feel. So here's really my point. I feel for someone younger because if that accessibility was out when they were 11, 12 years old, I can only imagine how their sexual mind has been shaped. That's really what I'm getting at.
Yeah, like it's got to be different because the accessibility has always been there, and it's like the thing you watch porn on your phone. Mm-hmm. Like that's just the thing. You put your headphones in, you do your shit.
Yeah. And here's the thing: is porn harmful? Sure, I'm sure it is. But maybe that's why some relationships are failing because it's almost too tangible, right? So someone that has been watching porn from age 13 to 22, and now it's time to have a real relationship with a woman. Maybe it's who knows? Maybe it's
the reality of
tainted.
real life doesn't jive with what you've seen for your entire adolescence growing up.
Those are paid actors.
Oh yeah, no, we know that.
We like I feel like homemade stuff is better.
Oh, 100%.
You were just talking about how the homemade stuff got.
Oh
went away.
yeah. Pornhub was way better.
They got rid of they did not.
Yeah, because they all got sued. So there's no more there's no more community. There is a community, but you have to be verified and all that shit to make.
Oh, it's because of the age. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think there was actually a Netflix. We almost watched it. We never ended up following through, but I think there was a Netflix docuseries about it. Yeah. But yeah, the evolution of.
No, but this is okay. I don't even know if I want to fucking get into this.
I think you should. Usually that makes
so,
good.
Definitely do.
So when if anybody's like a real fan of the Burgers with Eric podcast and you listen to all the episodes, and my success journey started at 28 years old. Right now, before I really made it, right, this was in between breaking up with the fiance and really starting to figure out how to make the money online, like from this point to starting with my guy. I had a t-shirt company, and one of the things that I was doing was leveraging my fraternity, which we had spoke about before. Right now, with that, I'm 28 years old, partying with 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids. Because, I'm a single dude. This is what I know. I'm out here making money as well. Dude, I ended up, dating 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds at, 28. And I got to tell you, dude, 10 years removed from college, dude, these girls knew shit that I was like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
That's
Right.
so interesting.
And like,
yeah.
that's just a fucking 10-year span. Because when I was in college, like 97, 98, nobody had a cell phone. Like there was you remember at Brockport, they had an entire building dedicated to email. Like, do you remember? I forget what the hell it was called. It was like Ellis or something.
I don't remember.
But
that,
dude, so my first year, there was a whole computer lab. It was the whole bottom floor of one building, and it was just countless IBM machines with
I do remember
one
that
green
now.
screen.
Yep.
Right? There was no color. It was just green, and it was the only purpose of that fucking computer was to send emails. You know, you had to go to different buildings to get internet access, and it was all Netscape back then. So, dude, yeah, internet porn was like, and it's very much infancy. It was one of the first things that actually got put online, ironically enough. Humans are fucking disgusting. But, yeah, dude, just in 10 years, how fucking filthy those... And it wasn't just one, bro. It was like 2 or 3 that I was like, what the fuck is going on here? You know? So, I mean, you're 26. You're 17 years removed. I mean, is that how it was for you? I mean, I know you're low body count chick and all that stuff, but was it for you and your sister and maybe even your brother? I don't even know if you guys talk about this shit.
She admitted to me, by the way, some like my first experience with porn was 26 years old.
That's wild.
You told me your first experience was young.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing.
Beans, Lex.
She's
What's
very
that?
sexual.
Spill the beans.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I'm a prude when it comes to like myself, like in sharing myself. But with the person I'm with, I'm not necessarily a prude. Now, I guess you could say maybe it could be from the exposure of porn, but I also like, here's the thing too, that's an interesting topic. Like I've always been with older guys. So I feel like that kind of pushed my I figured things out earlier on with sex because of that, because they were older and had more experience. Because I remember in college, like one of the things that girls talk about was like, oh, like I've never had an orgasm, stuff like that. And I just was like, really? Like because I'm like, oh, like, and it was like a weird thing for girls to talk about. Like, yeah, like you have to kind of like explore yourself, figure yourself out, know what you like. But like they were like, God, no, why would I do that? Like it was like such like a prude conversation. I'm like, all right, suit yourself. Like
This is in college?
yeah.
Oh.
So like I think there was 2 friends of mine in the friend group that like were like, yeah, I have.
Huh.
And that was it.
So not that many.
And then I was like, well, I know what you're doing that they're not. Like, it's not that hard to figure out, right?
See, maybe that's different because like we spent all of our time was always spent with others like sororities. So like none of them girls had any problems with anything.
No. The thing is that the girl, I don't know if it was just the school I went to, but like the girls were not, at least in my friend group, nobody was open about talking about like that part of their life. Like they felt like, I think it was just like, it was like it felt really prude, like the whole conversation. Like on the side, a bunch of people like asked me questions, like, because they would be like,
That's weird.
like, what should I be doing? Like, is there something? We would joke around, like, yeah, we're like, yeah, that you need the dirty DJ. Like that's like
What the
Dirty DJ.
just like.
Is that yourself? That's yourself?
No, or in general. I'm like, you need. I'm like, that's the thing too. Movies make it seem like just this like in and out action is like
Right.
explosive. Like, okay, I'm just gonna put it out there right now. If girls are sitting here telling you that they're having orgasms from just a couple of dick pumps, it's not happening.
No, it's a complicated organ.
That's what I'm saying. So like that was the thing in college. Everyone's like, I don't understand it. Like, what's so great about this? Like the in and out stuff. I'm like, all right. Like, and I would be like, does he go down on you? Like I ask questions like that. They'd be like, I mean, yeah. I'm like, well, you need a guide. Like it's a communication thing. You expect like sex isn't just gonna get better just by pumping the dick in and out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I
That's definitely going viral. That you just
is that what you guys are laughing?
100%.
Pumping the dick. No, I always joke.
We just got our Burgers with Eric's going to have 1 million views tomorrow.
No, but that's the truth though. Like if you look at stats online, like how many females have just intercourse orgasms, it's like very, very, very low. But there's some rubbing going on when that happens too.
Yeah.
Like there's like some body caressing. Like there's still some action sparking along down there. You look at I think there's like multiple different types of orgasms. Like everyone's like, oh, I haven't had like the G-spot orgasm. I don't think many don't. Like many don't. You need like the. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Steve's a pro.
But like,
The only class I passed at Brockport was human sexuality.
Porn class.
that was actually a class.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah,
I bet you really enjoyed that.
I did.
But yeah, so this is the thing too. It was kind of weird.
He was salivating up front.
It was fucking weird when they started bringing the bananas out. Let me tell you.
Yeah. No. I think the problem is though with girls is that guys are so comfortable talking about porn, right? Like I actually, you know, like you guys bring it up to me, didn't really do anything. Like I'm fine with it. I'm pretty open about my sexuality. But like some of the girls and a lot of the girls that have been in my life are very uncomfortable with talking about those things. Now, I'm not saying I want to sit here and talk to you and hear about like what your sex is like with your partner, but if it's like a guidance thing, like I'm the oldest, right? Mm-hmm. I got my sex advice from my older cousin. You know what I mean? Like, cause like I would like have to ask her, like
female, yeah.
Yeah, cause she had already been through it. She's 7 years older than me, I think. So like every time like I would be talking to her about sex, like she would like kind of, you know, like I didn't have an older sister.
Yeah.
And these friends of mine didn't have anyone to talk about it either. Maybe they had older brothers, whatever. But the thing is that it's such a, at least in my circle, like a lot of the girls I know from high school and college were so uncomfortable with talking about things like that. Which is really interesting because I guess I've never.
It is interesting considering what you see on Instagram and like, you know, the sexuality that's put forth in a public space. I wonder if that's still how it is.
I
mean, and it's
don't
interesting
know.
because you're an internet baby, like you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, but that's what you're seeing on Instagram. Maybe they're comfortable being sexual on a photograph on a platform, but maybe
when in person it's different.
Yeah, maybe. You see what I'm
I've
saying?
actually heard that from like friends that I'm friends with, like that are guys. When we were in college, I'm like, I don't understand. She looks like this, but she's so boring.
Yeah.
Like
that was usually the case. The hotter they were, like just dead fish syndrome. Man.
no, you have to be taught how to be good at sex.
Oh, yeah,
I don't care what anybody says. You can't just go in and have it be this miraculous experience. It took him some time. Like I had to learn him. He had to learn me. Like it doesn't just miraculously like, oh my God, fireworks. Like you can't judge having sex with somebody off the first fucking time.
So with women, it's different, right? Like you guys have a much higher emotional component to the game, right? It is a very complicated organ. It's much different than, you know, what porn would show you as a guy, right? The way you figure out your sexual partner is through communication and learning how to read a body and understanding what the actual physical response is to stimulus down there for a chick.
Yeah.
Once you understand all those fucking things, you could become Don Juan.
Yeah.
Legitimately, but it takes two. Like you need your partner to tell you to the left, to the right, harder, softer, right here.
Yeah.
Like do that stuff.
Yeah, no, you know what's interesting too? So my last relationship, this will tell you, and listen, I'm not judging anybody's sexual relationship off of what I'm getting ready to say. I'm just saying this is my experience with my past two relationships. I was so unhappy in my last relationship, so unhappy, and I didn't even want to have sex with her. I was so unhappy that I felt like I had a porn problem. All I wanted the only satisfaction I ever wanted to have was with myself in the basement, hiding, just taking care of business. And I did it daily because I didn't want to sleep with her. Now, her and I we've been together 3 years. I've probably watched porn 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Just when she went on vacation.
Out of town,
She's out of town or something. So it's like, so I'm not saying that's, means anything. I'm just giving you my personal experience. My last relationship was nuts. I mean, the depths I was going to take care of myself and the hiding, it was like a full-time fucking job.
Was it ever good though?
Maybe the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the honeymoon phase.
Huh.
And that was about it,
Well, men can get emotional with it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do something we don't like, and it just kind of chips away at that desire we have for you guys as well. And it sounds like he just reached the end of his fucking rope.
Yeah. No, very true. That's a good point.
No, but back to the communication thing. If there's any girls listening, don't be scared to vocalize what you like.
No, he's not going to rear back his head and be
they like
it.
Like,
what the fuck?
They like it. Whenever,
Shut up.
I always
You
like to
gotta
Erica, I'm
do it
like,
this way.
do that again. Make sure you keep doing that.
Let me keep chomping on your clitoris because it's fun. No, but like, dude, and it's interesting. Not any two of them fucking things are the same.
No.
Like some girls, you can literally beat the shit out of it. And some girls don't even, like, just the slightest touch, it's over.
Yeah.
So it's about figuring out.
Beat the shit out of it.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's with your hands, with your face, with everything, right? So,
I just snorted. It was.
but it's the key to having good sex is 1,000% communication. 1,000% for both parties. So men, don't be a selfish prick, right?
Yeah.
The goal is they're done first, because here's the other thing.
Yeah.
They can keep going.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So when we're done, it's over. It's for at least 25, 35 minutes. At least. Theirs is like a plateau. They'll reach a plateau and it'll keep going. Here's the difference. They have to allow themselves to do it. You can all do it. All of you.
Can what?
Just keep going.
What is keep going?
Yeah, we tested that the other day.
Well,
Never stopped.
But most aren't going to allow themselves to continue past orgasm number one.
Well, why not?
Because I don't know. Well, I do know. The reason is because just like us, after we're done, the post-nut clarity sets in. It's like, don't touch that, like hypersensitive. Same with you guys. However, once you recover from the hypersensitivity, you can just keep going. You can keep firing them off left and right. It's fucking crazy. But you have to allow yourselves to do it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And yeah, I'm sure you do. You have one. I don't.
We tested it the other day, just so you know. Not to get too personal with
Just more-
our 250 subscribers.
More refractory time for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you though. And also it's better for you guys if the girl is more like juicy and all that shit. Why would you not want that?
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's like it makes
It like
it so
takes
much
on
better.
a different texture too. It like gets more spongy as you go too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like more swollen, I think is what
Engorged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so the interesting thing is I think that even though I've been immersed in this culture more than it's very much at the disposal of our hands, it's still kind of a weird thing for people to talk about, at least in my circle. I don't know. I do have other friends that are very comfortable talking to me, but like that, I only met those people like recently as I got older.
You've had your entire life circle has been pretty, what's the word I want to say?
I'm probably the raunchiest out of all.
Yeah.
Liberated sexually, because her family is sexually liberated.
Well, no.
Well, your parents, right? Because you were telling me that you guys still talk about it. Like, you know.
Everybody in my house is having sex. It's fine.
Yeah.
Or back home. But like the thing is too, like that was the other thing that was funny too. Like people would be like, "Do your parents like the topic of parents having sex would come up?" They'd be like, "Oh, like do you think your parents still have sex?" And I would be like, "Ew, no." And our parents at the time were probably like late 40s. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, they are. I know mine are." Like I'd tell them, I'm
Proud
like,
of it almost.
I'm like, dude, I hope I'm still fucking at 49.
No,
like
no
what the
doubt.
hell? Like, why is that like such a weird thing?
I don't know what that is.
It's like, yeah, ooh, yeah, it's gross. But once you get mature, like, I mean, shit, like, we joke about it all the time. It's like, I was on the phone with my mom a couple weeks ago, and I was like, ugh, Eric's being needy right now. He needs stuff from me. My mom's like, what did she say? She's like, well, are you gonna do what he needs right now? And I was
Just so you know, I was literally wiggling it around like
in my face.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the phone. I'm on FaceTime with my mom, and Eric's behind the phone, like going, like I'm like, oh my god. And my mom's like, what? I'm like, he's just being extremely needy right now. She's like, well, are you gonna take care of him?
She goes, well, are you gonna take care of your man?
And I said, no, I don't feel like it right now.
my godmother, God bless her. When we got married, she goes, you know what the key to good marriage is? What's that? She goes, blowjobs and cut your nails.
Oh.
Wow.
That's it.
How old is she?
Oh God, they're probably 65.
I love this good sense of humor, though.
Oh my God, my family's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like
I grew up on
keep it
fart
light.
jokes and like, you know.
What'd you say?
Yeah, keep it light.
Oh, I thought you said, yeah, keep farting. And I was like,
No.
what?
No, but so as we're sitting here thinking about it, like, why is it so fucking taboo for
That's
people?
the word I've been looking for, taboo.
So I think it comes from like the Victorian times where like you've heard hide your shame, right? We're talking about like nipples and dicks and pussies and shit. I just think that's a part of white America.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, you know, to the contrary, like, you know, I don't know the statistics, but my eyes tell me one thing. Like, you know, African Americans, typically that's their culture.
Oh, they fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more sexualized.
Right, like much younger than I think my first was like 17. you know, and yours was like a fucking 11, but you were in, you know, that Greece, New York culture that has a, you know, more African American, you know, influence.
Influence for sure.
For sure. Okay, interesting. Hopefully there's some good clips in that.
That's killer clips.
Yeah. We're at about 55 minutes. I kind of want to get to this stuff. The salary is a drug. Don't wait for the right time. You don't need self-help. And then
it's all tied together.
Your circle of friends, right? So really where we came up with these notes was show research. Like, you know, the week leading up to creating one of these, like, you know, I'll be flipping through Instagram or Facebook, and any interesting points that I see, I'll actually send direct message to the Burgers with Eric Instagram, right? And that way, Friday, we can do the pre-show meeting and write down some ideas. And the one that kind of really hit me was a guy that went through 10 items about, like, how to grow up and how to be more mature as an adult. And, you know, we picked, what was that, four things out that really kind of stood out to me and Eric. And one of them was your salary is a drug your employer pays you to forget your dreams. Mm-hmm. And that's fucking crazy. Let's just say it again. Your salary, your 9-to-5 job, the money they pay you is a drug. It's also it's like a fucking sedative to compensate you to forget your dreams, right? So talk about that.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I really got to speak on this. Okay, so growing up, I didn't have any financial guidance, and yeah, I remember the number $100,000 was like I was like, man,
all the money in the world.
Yep. Once I make $100,000, I've made it. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have this. I can do this. And so when I first started working and I got into this realm of making $100,000, basically what you do is you get a nicer car. I got a bigger apartment. I would spend more, like, rather than just buying my dinner. Like when I was 26, 27, you can ask anybody. I was buying everybody's dinner and alcohol. So basically my point is once I started making that money, I just truly started spending more. Is my sound okay right here?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're okay. And then, so long story short, I remember that it just became the next levels. I was like, okay, once I get to 150 or once I get to 200, 250, 300, 400, all these numbers, 500 grand. And it took me, Steve, it took me a long time to figure this out. That every level you get to, okay, this is the trap of corporate America. Every level you get to, even though you're making more money, you just have higher debt and higher liabilities.
And higher expectations at work.
And yeah, and you have more responsibility at work. So you're responsible for more people. You have less margin for error on your own behavior, your own, performance. And listen, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not saying, people need to just quit their $180,000 jobs. That's not what I mean. I just mean that I kept that climb going, Steve. And what I realized is it wasn't, it wasn't fulfilling. In fact, it was a trap. And I look at, so this is my very first year. January 1st was the very first time I haven't had a salary since at 42, 43 years old now. It was the first time in my life that I haven't had a salary. And just so you know, I'm speaking from my own perspective here. Dude, my actions this past 6-7 months, I'm a completely different person. Yeah, completely different, right? Like, but it's bringing the best out of me. So I like to compare a salary to welfare for this reason. Like, we could listen. Do I believe in welfare? Absolutely. If there's a single mother, which I grew up with 4 children, do I think those 4 children deserve an opportunity for a good life? Of course. Do I believe in welfare? Absolutely. Now, what I don't believe in is when welfare, most people don't believe this, when welfare is abused, right? The entitlements are abused. They might spend that money on a high definition TV versus school supplies for the kids. That's when it's abused. So the reason why most people don't like welfare is because it sedates you and it doesn't bring out the best in you. So you're not necessarily looking for a way to contribute to society or looking for a way to make money and provide for your family. Dude, that's what a salary is at a company. Mm-hmm. You have a salary at a company, it basically sedates you and limits you. It limits you mentally. It limits your ambition. It really does. If you're not incentivized every single day in your life, you're gonna do the bare minimum. Yep. Dude, I was talking with Richie the other day. I swear to God, I said, Richie, he has a $100,000 salary. Mm-hmm. And I said, go 1099, bro. The only reason you won't is if you want to be a little bit lazy.
Because you're hooked.
Yeah, if you want to be a little bit lazy. And I said, you're actually gonna make more money for yourself if you do it this way, based on the tax game and your commission percentages. And he goes, you're 100% right. I need to think about it.
No, you don't. Just do it.
We'll see if he does. But it would be better for him. I go, you will act different. I said, on that Wednesday night, you got a big work day tomorrow. You got a bunch of sales calls Thursday morning. And your buddy wants to go out drinking till midnight. You know what you're going to say? No, dude, I got a big day tomorrow. Yeah. You're going to act different. You're going to behave differently. And I'm
because if I don't close this, the mortgage don't get paid.
Mortgage don't get paid. Right. Yeah, my kid, he has a beautiful boy named Carter. His son doesn't get fed, right? So it's crazy, man. I'm embarrassed that it took me this long to figure this out.
See now the difference, dude. I've been jobless since 2008. You know, check this out. So when we sold the company, and they're like, "Oh, here's your salary," I was like internally offended by it.
Yeah.
No, like every 2 weeks, I get an amount of money from this company, and I'm just like,
yeah, it makes you not want to do shit.
It's not no, because that's never going to happen with me because I've been without a job and a W-2 for fucking 15 years. But it's just I have the 180-degree difference from somebody that lines up to get their welfare check and their unemployment check. I have never done anything in my life like this. And this is something like my parents probably instilled in me that like nothing in life is free. Whatever you want, you have to earn it. Even when I get into business partnerships, even with you, like, dude, I never take a nickel unless I earned that. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, what it does is a salary destroys incentive unless the company that is paying you your salary is also giving you an incentive down a road to expand that growth. However, the safety net is always there, right? And that's where what you're experiencing, which is massive growth and massive momentum in a positive direction that is only serving you now, which is ultimately how you're now a man that controls his life in its entirety. It doesn't matter if you... It matters more now when you have to close a deal for that company now on a W-9 than it did before. Well, you've told me plenty of times.
Oh, sure.
Dude, I've given deals away. And why? Because you know that it doesn't fucking matter if I close that deal or not. Now it matters 100% because you got to pay for this fucking rent. We're trying to fund this. We're trying to fund that. We're trying to fund the other thing. And for me, it's just fucking life, bro. It's been this way for 15 years. So welcome to the club, buddy.
I like it for, like, he opened my eyes to this concept because I feel, I was telling him the other day, like, you can be in so many more different projects. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not just one thing. Mm-hmm. And that's also, I feel like during COVID when, like, the working from home, so many people's, like, suddenly, like, side hustles showed up because they were, like, able to be behind the scenes probably doing two things with their time. Still getting that job done, the salary expected job, but doing other stuff.
100%. It's no coincidence that OnlyFans exploded during COVID.
Yeah.
No coincidence at all. And it didn't just explode, it went like fucking 50x. Crazy. No, that's a good one. Yeah. So to reiterate, your salary is a drug. Break free from that drug. I know it's scary. It's difficult. People have responsibilities, but guess what?
I think I'd rather be hourly.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hourly. If I had to choose between the two.
No, Lexington, you're missing the whole fucking point.
No, I get the point, but I'm saying if I were stuck, like I have friends that are like, they're like all excited that they made salary. They were hourly before, and then they made salary. Like that's what I'm saying in that instance. I'm like, why? They're expecting you to do more overtime. You're not getting paid for it.
Actually, as an employer, I'd probably rather pay hourly.
That's my point.
So even as us as employers, when we own the company, you know, and this is how I selected my first employee. And I said, okay, guess what, Josh? You can either take $60,000 a year and 10%, commission, or we're going to pay you $20,000 base, and I think it was like 50% commission on whatever her accounts did. I said, choose wisely. Those are the last 3 words I said. All right, choose wisely. And she did. She picked the commission.
Why would you not?
Well,
You don't
because
have.
well, people don't pick the commission because they want that safety net. Like, remember, safety is paramount to every human being. Like, safety and self-preservation are the number one things that dictate what the fuck we do as human beings, right? I'm a different fucking dude. I don't give a fuck. Like, in my opinion, there's no problem that I can't solve, either with money or hard work.
There you go.
But I believe that. Most people don't fucking believe that.
So this is fascinating. Let's stay here for a second, okay? Because I'm thinking if I'm an employer. Now here's the thing. There's certain things that are tough to gauge in terms of like metrics and performance. So my mother was a nurse, right? So I don't know. Maybe there's ways to stipulate it, but you can't base it off of care and pay her and not pay her, right? You just want quality care, right? It's not a performance-based job, right?
It's
Right?
more of a service job.
Right, it's a little tough,
Service
right?
job, right.
So, and maybe you could with education, right, with kids and test passing, all this stuff. But I think, we're talking about sales-related organizations, especially, right, that are trying to generate revenue. And that's all we're trying to do is build revenue. As I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if we had 10 employees, Steve, selling, and we will, selling this real estate stuff or whatever other programs we're doing, you're actually doing a disservice to that person by giving them a salary because they're not gonna perform to their optimal performance. You're actually doing them a disservice. So by you giving them a salary, you're actually de-incentivizing them.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I just said. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a sedative to incentivization.
So what's going on with that person? So what's going on? Like, why does you're saying someone chooses the salary? Is it because they're not confident in themselves?
That might be part of it, but again, dude, in psychology, what do we want? We want safety, security, and what was the other thing I said? No, you guys don't listen, Uncle Steve.
Safety, security.
Yeah. Anyway, it's given the choice, right? Like, dude, it takes a different cat to do what we do. You know what I mean? It just takes a different mindset. Most people would rather just be comfortable and safe.
But as an employer, I feel like there's not actually that many employers that would actually offer what you offered.
No, because most people don't understand the incentivization part.
Right.
So for example, let's say the real estate thing goes crazy, or even Big Win Monthly. If Big Win Monthly goes fucking nuts, and we ultimately need to hire, 6 salespeople for each one, they're all going on fucking W-9 first and foremost. And B, we're going to show them why it's better and help them set up their own company and get them set up with bank accounts and get them set up with a tax professional. And then all of a sudden, not only are they going to make more money because everything they do in life is a fucking write-off because you're working, it's less liability for us as the business owner as well. So the W-2 is a complete fucking lie, in my opinion, unless you're a doctor or a lawyer with employee benefits and healthcare and all this other shit. There are employment levels that you have to, in this country, you have to offer XYZ benefits.
So that's interesting. That is what people get freaked out about is the benefit part. I'm not even kidding. When people go tell me they accepted a new job, amazing benefits.
Yeah, it's a lot. Right.
Okay, get it through the state. Like, do you know how many entrepreneurs there are that have to fucking do that? Like,
dude, I haven't even when this company took us over, they're like, here's our employee benefits package. I was like, no. I said no. I'm not fucking opting into that. I've been paying my own health care for 15 years. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, it is such a drop in the bucket compared to everything else. This is what people, again, it just comes back to belief.
it's a scheme.
Like, dude, we did the numbers one time. So that sales organization that me and my fraternity brothers worked for, we just sat back one time. Me and Jeff sat back and we're like, how much do we actually make this motherfucker? Right? So, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we closes X amount of the room. This is the ticket price. And then we know he closes this much at the $3,800 level in person. Okay, multiply that by 6 because we do 6 a month and then times 12. dude, we ended up making this motherfucker $6 million a year. And they paid us 38 grand. He was a coach, so he made like 52.
Oh my God.
And it's not fucking rocket science. Listen, the very valuable skill of being able to speak in public off a stage, that's worth the $6 million, right? So I don't fucking hate the guy for what he did. But Jesus Christ, bro. Like, and dude, I didn't take a fucking sick day. I never took, dude, they got it to the point where if you were not feeling well enough to come into work, they made you feel like shit. Like you're an asshole and you're going to get fired because you're sick. Like, it's unbelievable, but it kind of leads into the next thing. Like, okay, if you're in those shoes, the shoes I just described, and you're watching this thing and you're in a fucking 9-to-5 job or even close to retirement or whatever the fuck it is, right? And you're working for the man and you're killing yourself and you're not getting anywhere. There's no incentive to move up. There's no compensation for going above and beyond. You're shortchanging yourself as a man. And if you feel that you're shortchanging yourself as a man and you want to make that change, there is no right time to do it. Like, so the second point was don't wait for the right time. There is no right time.
No, that's so true.
If you wait for the right time, nothing will happen and you're going to wake up and 10 years is going to go by. And that's going to be 10 company Christmases that they give you your $400 bonus. Get the fuck out of here. There is such a world. What were we just talking about over there? The t-shirt printing thing, right? Guys, there are machines called direct-to-garment printers. Okay, where you can lease these fucking things. That's the other piece that I left out. You don't have to pay fucking $15,000 for a direct-to-garment machine. You can rent them from the company for like $600 a month. That's 20 t-shirts at $30. You mean to tell me that in today's day and age with paid ads, fucking social media, and Shopify, that you can't go pay a Philippine designer $50 for a t-shirt design, put that on your website, buy stock and all, like black, white, yellow, and gray. Those are the shirt colors. The orders come in, you put one shirt on the printer, it fucking prints it perfectly as if it were screened. You put a fucking tag in it. The tag gun is $19 from Uline. The little plastic fucking nippy things, bro. Go order business cards, get a hole puncher, punch a fucking hole in it. All done. Put it in a fucking USPS flat rate bag. Each shirt costs you $4.95 to ship. You charge $32 a fucking shirt. How you doing? Costs you $6 to acquire the fucking thing and ship it out.
You know how many conversations I have with people about their smoking habits or their exercise habits, right? And listen, I fell off, and I'm just on the journey back to get to where I know I can be physically, right? You ever hear people say this? Oh, hey, man, I thought you said you're going to quit smoking. Oh, yeah, I'm going to, July 11th is my, I'm going to officially stop smoking. Or, come on, this one. You know what? It's fucking June right now. September 1st, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, what's with the date?
September 1st, I'm starting my workout plan.
They call those the New Year's resolutioners.
Like,
it's like the people that show up at the
go to
gym
the
at
gym
first.
right now.
I won't even go on
throw
that
out
day.
your fucking cigarettes right now. Go to the fucking gym right now. Stop fucking procrastinating right now.
Quit that fucking job right now.
Yeah, do it.
Move to where you want to move to right now.
Burn the boats. You know, this just leads back into suffering.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, the safety thing, we all get it. Okay, let's say this. Let's say you have $10,000 in the bank. You got a nice paying job, right? Fucking quit. Develop. No. Listen to it. Don't just fucking quit, but have your plan ready.
Yeah, the plan.
Yeah.
Have your plan ready and then fucking quit. Because when you burn those boats and you're faced with either fucking winning or death, you're going to win. And people they won't believe it themselves that is a fucking law. You're going to win. Mm-hmm. You know, okay, you got to work 60 hours a week. Yeah, you got to give up fucking kid time for a little bit. You got to give up movie time for a little bit. So what? The reward on the other end of quitting and not waiting until the right time to quit is so much more rewarding. And then you become the master of your own fucking life, which is ultimately the prize.
That is the key to success.
Correct.
We know too many of these people, not to call them out, but, people think I'm a madman for all the projects we have going on. You know, there's like fucking 4 at once, you know. Dude, sometimes me and Alexa, Steve, dude, I shit you not, we're looking at a fucking screen from 7 a.m. to fucking 8:30 p.m.
Yeah,
I was fucking fried last night.
Yeah, you sounded like shit last night. I was fried last night. I was complaining because I killed legs yesterday.
Yeah.
And I sat in front of my computer about 11 o'clock and didn't come up for air until about 6. I was just wiped.
And I've been addicted to just building what we're building, all of us, with all these different projects. You can ask him. I'm like wired at 11 at night. I'm like,
She's on right now. It's so fun.
It's so crazy.
I know.
Like, I just need my computer.
Now, you go to a 9-to-5 job, you go work for a realtor, you're going to wake up like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
No, you're going to be like, fuck, I got to go deal with Dale and his sexual advances. And fucking guy smells like cigarettes all day long. No, dude. No, it's not a life to live.
And Steve, one point I want to make to anybody listening here is dude, there's people at different stages of the game, 22, 42, 62. Dude, I did it at 42. I said, I burned the fucking boats. Mm-hmm. You know, so there's no, you're never too old, you're never too young. If you truly want something better in your life, take fucking action, burn the fucking boats, and there's no better time than now.
That's the next point. Action plus discipline equals results. You don't need 100 fucking self-help books.
No. Oh, God.
Everything you need is already inside you. It's easier to complain than it is to hold yourself accountable, right? Because what? Self-preservation and comfort are always number one. Put that shit aside, get uncomfortable, do something fucking weird, do it today if it's what you want, right? If it's not what you want, then fine. Fucking be the 9-to-5 people. Look, I know plenty of people that are happy with their fucking 9-to-5 job. They love it. They love their fucking life.
Yeah.
But if it's something in you that's like, I don't know if this is for me. If you're not satisfied, if you're not fulfilled in what you're doing at your 9-to-5 job and you think there's something better out there, there is. Fucking go get it. Stop making excuses. Action, discipline equals results.
And I know plenty of families, by the way. Wife's a teacher, husband's a cop. They got $150,000. They're happy as shit. I applaud them. Like, I'm not knocking their life. I'm not knocking their life at all.
No.
But to the people that have that burning itch inside, I want more, I want better, I'm unfulfilled, fucking go for it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a good spot to end, guys.
I think so, too.
This was a fun. It was different. This was a different
I like
episode.
the path.
The path?
Yeah, the episode.
Oh, I do too.
Well, the thing is, anytime we touch on conspiracy, it fucking goes for 45 minutes.
Went 28 minutes.
Yeah, we just start.
I'm Jeffrey Epstein, and it's like all three of us are sitting here like, should we even say that?
Yeah, we don't want to get fucking canceled.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Burgers with Eric podcast. You can get new episodes on Spotify on Monday and YouTube on Saturday, or wherever you get your podcast.